Hi everybody, Marco Carvalho here from businesscreditblogger.com. Today's video we're going to talk about how to open a business credit file with Experian. By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to add up to 10 to 12 references reporting on your business credit report with Experian. So if you're a startup or existing business, or let's say you're a real estate investor and you're looking to build your Experian business credit file, then this video presentation is for you. So let's get started. What is a business credit file? As you know, a business credit file or business credit report or business credit profile, those are the different names for it. It's created when a business credit reporting agency, which we're talking in this particular video about Experian Business or Experian Commercial or just Experian. And just so you know, Experian has two different divisions. They have the consumer division, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and then they have a business division where they compile data on businesses. So when a credit grantor reports information associated to a company that has credit with that credit grantor, they furnish the information to a credit agency such as Experian Business. So what the business credit reporting agency does is they compile that data, they verify it, of course, and then they create a credit file, a business credit file for that business. There's other ways they compile data for that business credit file, but this is one of the ways to create one, because if your business doesn't have a business credit file with Experian, what we're going to share with you is how to create those trade references, 10 to 12 of them in less than 30 days. So this is the fastest way for you to build up your Experian business credit report. Now, what's important is to understand is your business credit report is used by lenders, banks, suppliers, vendors, retailers, other businesses, even investors. They check your business credit report to check this and assess the credit worthiness of your business. So that's why you want to have a credit file with an agency such as Experian. Now, on the bottom of this PowerPoint, you'll see businesscreditbuilders.org/business-credit. That'll take you to our website where we explain our business credit building system. We have an online platform where you can further grow and establish your business credit reports. So why is Experian a business or Experian Commercial, why is it important that your business create a credit file with this particular agency? Well, it's important to realize there's three major business credit reporting agencies. There's Dun & Bradstreet, which I'm sure you're familiar with. There's Experian Business, and then there's Equifax Small Business. Equifax, like Experian, also has a consumer division. So these three major business credit reporting agencies provide business credit reports to credit grantors that subscribe to that agency they pull credit from. Now, it's important to realize Dun & Bradstreet mainly caters to vendors, suppliers, equipment financing companies. Now, when it comes to corporate credit cards, bank card issuers, lines of credit, regional national banks, credit unions, they tend to pull from Experian Business when they check the creditworthiness of a business. Equifax Small Business is also used mainly by banks that when you're applying for a business loan. So that's important. That's why you hear me emphasize that it's important that you have a credit file for your business established with all three major business credit reporting agencies. Because as a business, let's suppose you're going to apply for a retail line of credit at Home Depot. More than likely Home Depot, because that's more of a vendor retail-based credit, are going to more likely pull a Dun & Bradstreet report on your business. Whereas let's say you're going to apply for a corporate credit card, then that bank is more likely to pull your Experian business credit report. If your business doesn't have a listing with a particular agency that a credit grantor pulls from, then what do? They need to resort mainly to a personal credit check, or it just doesn't allow them to do enough of a risk assessment on your business. Now, it's important to also realize that credit grantors may pull from not just one, but maybe two or all three business credit reporting agencies. So that's another reason why you want to have a file created with all three agencies. Now, you'll see that suppliers also do pull from Experian, and we even disclosed who pulls from Experian in our business credit building system. A lot of banks, like I told you, also pull, credit unions, local banks. Now, what's unique about Experian Commercial, they have over 27 million companies in their database, but what's different from them from Dun & Bradstreet is Experian business reports contain not just trade data, they also have bank issued credit reporting like lines of credit, business revolving credit, installment credit that the business may have. They also have loans reporting, where Dun & Bradstreet reports just trade credit or lease credit. So that's what's unique about Experian, is it combines and has a much more broader look of the report that shows on your Experian report. Okay, so now what do you need to create a business credit file with Experian? So before you actually move on to these strategies we're going to share with you on how to create your Experian credit file in 30 days, you first have to have a separate legal entity set up, a corporation, limited liability company. Your company must be in good standing. So as you know, depending on what state you're in, there's an annual report filing you have to do. Many states require you to pay a filing fee every year to keep your account in good standing, your company, your corporation. So what you want to do is, if you go to your state's website where your business was incorporated and do an entity search, and you'll see if your company's in good standing. If it's not in good standing, that's the first thing you want to do, is make sure you catch up on your annual report dues. Some states charge $25 a year, some charge more than that. But that's important, because when you're applying for credits, or most credit guarantors would make sure that your company's in good standing with the state that you're incorporated in. You also need an EIN number, employer identification number. That EIN number, kind of look at it as like your social security number that you use for personal credit reports. That's what's tied to your personal credit reports. Your business credit reports is tied to your EIN number, also known as employer identification number or federal tax ID number. This is the number you're going to use for tax purposes. It's also the number that's going to be used when your credit file is created with many of the business credit reporting agencies. You also have to make sure you have your business contact information all ready to put on applications for credit when you get listed with Experian. Now, your business contact information, this is important. So what I mean by that is you want to make sure you have the business name locked in, you have your business address, you have your dedicated business phone number, you have a dedicated business email address, maybe a dedicated business website, all the most important things, because once you provide that data on a credit application, and it gets reported to Experian, that's the data that goes on there. So let's say you have to change it or it's not accurate, you have to go in there and update that. But don't worry, we'll show you how to do that as well if you have to. But also you want to have a business bank account established as well. So these are some of the kind of the laundry list of items you need before you create your credit file with Experian. All right, so we're going to share with you how to build an Experian business credit file in 30 days. This is the fastest way to do it. There's many other different ways that take much longer, but I'm going to share with you how to get 10 to 12 accounts reporting to your Experian business credit report. Okay, so this is powerful stuff, because we're going to show you not only how to establish a diversity of credit in less than 30 days, but we're also going to share with you how even just getting one account reporting generates an IntelliScore. That's Experian's credit score for businesses. It's called IntelliScore. And establish up to 24 months of payment history. This is going to be so powerful, because what I'm going to share with you is how you can add 24 months of credit history onto your Experian credit report in less than 30 days. How is that possible? This is possible for those of you who've had a business for, let's say, a year or 2 years you've been in business, and you've had certain accounts that you've had relationships with. I'm going to share with you how you can add all that history that you've already have established on your Experian report. Okay, so this is really powerful, and this is going to allow you to maximize your business credit worthiness, because once you have a solid business file with Experian, of course you want to build up your Dun & Bradstreet report, you want to build up your Equifax small business report. So once you have that all three reports very well established, you can walk in with confidence when you're applying for credit using your business credit, because all three of your reports are very well established with lots of history. Okay, so let's talk about strategy number one. This is, you probably hear me talk about this in previous videos, but I like to share with you that what we do is we reverse engineer on what it takes to have a strong business credit report. So what is a strong business credit report? What do credit grantors look at? They like to see revolving lines of credit. They like to see trade credit on there. They like to see the size of your credit limits. That's another powerful indicator of how much other credit grantors have extended to your business. So to get 4 to 5 revolving lines of credit, these are business credit cards reporting to your business credit file with credit limits ranging from 25 to up to 150,000 in credit limits in less than 30 days. This is actually 14, 20 days this can get established through our business credit card funding program. We had one individual had great personal credit, had a business for many, many years, but really didn't have any type of credit file established for the company. One of the cards we got him was a $50,000 credit limit, and this was reporting on his Experian report in less than 30 days. So this was powerful. He was ecstatic about that. That was just one of the accounts we got approved for him. But to qualify for this program, you have to have really good, strong personal credit. Why is that? Because the bank card issuers, there's 4 to 5 banks that we place you with that we determine which is going to give you the highest credit limit, the best 0% introductory APR, and the best terms. So the credit score, this is just a minimum requirement, 680. That doesn't mean that if you have 680, you're going to get approved. There's other factors that are looked at to do a pre-qualification. They look at the size of your primary accounts that you currently have on your personal credit cards, your history, your inquiries, recently opened accounts, if there's a lot of activity that you can get declined for that. But the beauty of this pre-call with our program is we want to assess you before you decide to move forward with our funding. So you'll know how much in credit limits that you'll be able to get through this program. But the beauty of it is the 4 to 5 business credit cards you get in 14 to 20 days, they report to Experian Business. And in some cases, they also report to Equifax Small Business. So this will help you create that credit file with Experian for your company. And they don't report to your personal credit. That's the best thing. It protects your personal credit. Yes, you're the personal guarantor. Okay, but as far as credit reporting goes, any of the activity on these accounts, the payments you make, the debt that you carry, none of it shows up on your personal credit. So your FICO scores won't be impacted as you're using these accounts. But this will protect your personal, build your business credit file with Experian, and this also allows you to have access to working capital and positions your business for future credit limit increases. This gives you 4 to 5 relationships with banks. Okay, this is important. Most people say, well, I just want one line of credit. You don't want to have one line of credit. You want to have multiple banking relationships. That allows banks to compete for your business. They give you additional credit offers, balance transfer offers, and they compete for your business. Okay, so you don't want to have everything tied down to one bank. Now, this is going to give you access to lots of funding when your company needs it. This is not a loan. These are revolving lines of credit. I like to call this cash on demand. And yes, you can pull cash from these business credit cards. You want to check out the video. At the end of this presentation, there will be a video on how to convert your business credit cards into cash. That's a great video we did that shows you how to do that at 0% and not have any high cash advance fees. So you want to check that video out. Like I said, it doesn't report your personal credit and positions the business for future credit limit increases. So if you want to pre-qualify, go to businesscreditbuilders.org/business-lines-of-credit. But what does it take to pre-qualify? Okay, so the first thing you do want to do is order your tri-merge credit report. We're not going to do a hard pull on your credit. This allows you to know, do you qualify? Can we get you business credit cards that report to Experian? And this will allow you to find out how much in credit limits you can get approved for. Okay, if you need to do any pay downs, we'll let you know if your utilization is too high. If you're declined, we do accept credit partners. But your first thing you need to do is order your tri-merge report. So we recommend going to businessfundingengine.procredit.com. It costs you $1 to get your tri-merge report. You simply download the report in PDF format. Once you download it, then you're going to go to our pre-qualification form, which is right there on the screen, businesscreditbuilders.org/pre-qualification. You fill out the information on there. You upload your report securely. And they'll take us about 24 to 48 hours to do a review for you. Once we're done with the review, we're going to provide you your funding projections for business credit card funding. Now, if you get declined, if we can't do funding for you, we're going to tell you why. And we're going to tell you what things you need to do to qualify. If your personal credit file is too thin, then you may want to go with some personal lines of credit and personal funding that we do to help build up your personal credit file. At least that'll give you access to capital and position you in 6 to 12 months to qualify for business credit card funding. If your scores are too low, you're going to have to improve your score. So it's important you realize that this pre-qualification is absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything and allows you to know how much credit we can get for you before we get started. Now, the second strategy. This is huge because we just share with you how you can get 4 to 5 revolving business credit cards reporting to your Experian credit file. The next thing is we're going to show you how to add up to 8 positive accounts reporting to your Experian business credit file in less than 30 days. And the timeline for this is 15 to 30 days. Now, this is great because what I talked about earlier is how do you add 24 months of history. I'm going to share with you how we do that. As a business, you have operational expenses. You have expenses that you're paying for right now that are not showing up on your business credit reports. You might have a mobile phone. You may have cable, internet, water, gas, utilities, satellite TV. All these are ongoing service agreements that your business has that you're paying for every single month. It's called service credit. These providers are providing you a service, and at the end of the month, you have to pay your bill. So for 30 days, they're extending you their service on credit. Now, you should get credit for that. That should show up on your business credit file. So now you can do that. You can link your utility accounts to our provider, and they download up to 24 months of payment history directly from your provider's website. Doesn't mean you have to have had 24 months of history. Let's say you've only had your business cell phone for 6 months. Well, you can get 6 months of history showing up on your Experian credit file. Let's say you've had your landline phone in your business account for a year. That's an entire year's worth of history that's now going to populate on your business credit file with Experian. So this is just a huge and powerful strategy. And what's important, though, is once you link your accounts on a monthly basis going forward, every month you're paying your mobile phone for your business. You're paying your utility bill, your gas bill, your satellite bill, your cable bill for your business. All that payments are now being reported every single month to your Experian business credit file. So we go back 24 months. And then every month forward, you're adding more and more history to your Experian credit file. Now, that's up to 8 accounts in less than 30 days showing up on your Experian credit file. If you want to know how to do that, just go to businesscreditbuilderservices.com. You can sign up for the service right away and get it done. This is just the fastest way for you to build up your Experian credit file. That's businesscreditbuilderservices.com. That's the second strategy. The third strategy is the starter vendors. I'm sure you see it all over the internet of companies extending Net 30 accounts. A lot of people do videos on just get Net 30 accounts to build up your business credit. Net 30 accounts are great. That's short-term financing, gives you access to products and services on credit terms for 30 days. But one of the most important things is you do want to have Net 30 accounts because it shows that your business can handle short-term financing, but you don't want that to be the only strategy you incorporate to build your business credit because it just shows you can only handle one type of credit as a business. You want to have diversity in your credit file. You want to have installment credit. You want to have revolving lines of credit. You want to have short-term financing. That's what's important. And you want to have service credit on there, even lease credit. Once you build your file, you want to get a corporate auto or even corporate travel cards, etc. So what's nice about starter accounts, like vendor accounts, is there's no personal credit check, but you want to select the vendors that report to Experian if your goal is to build your Experian credit file. You also want to get vendors that report to Dun & Bradstreet. Some of them report to D&B as well as Experian, and we list all those vendors in our business credit building system. So there's no research you have to do. You just select the vendors that you want to use their products and services. You want to get it on credit, and you want to build your file. There's no personal guarantor with a lot of the vendors out there, which is great, and suppliers. Now, one particular company that reports to Experian Business is Strategic Network Solutions. This is their requirements. They require you to make a $60 initial purchase. Then they'll extend your business a $1,000 Net 30 account. So when you go to their website, it's right there, stntsol.com. use the coupon code for the discount SNSSBC. And when you get an account set up with them, they report to Experian Commercial and Credit Safe. This is one starter vendor right here that'll report to Experian for you. Not too hard to get qualified. So that's an example of how you can also build your Experian file fairly quickly. Now, so what are the results if you incorporated all three of these strategies I just shared with you? Well, first of all, let's say we set you up with four business credit cards through our business credit card funding. And let's say it totaled $70,000 in credit limits. Now, is that a typical? Yes. Typically, we get maybe $50,000 to $70,000 in credit limits. We've gone as high as $130,000, $140,000 for some individuals with impeccable credit histories, long credit history. But this is just kind of more of a moderate to conservative projection. So let's say we got you $70,000 in business credit cards combined in limits. So you have that reporting, you have access to that capital, doesn't show up on your personal credit. You have, let's say, one vendor account you set up with Strategic Network Solutions it's a $1,000 credit limit. And let's say you've added 5 business accounts, not 8 that you're allowed, but let's say you've added your power, cell phone, cable, internet service, and landline phone to businesscreditbuilderservices.com. Now, in 30 days, you have 10 trade references, 10 trade lines with $71,000 in credit limits total reporting to your Experian credit report. How powerful is that you did that in 30 days? You have an Experian business credit file with over $71,000 in credit reporting. That's 10 accounts reporting. So just imagine as a business, when you now want to apply for a corporate card, or you want to get let's say, an auto lease, a corporate auto lease, or you want to apply for a business loan, and this is just one of your credit files that you have as your Experian report, and this is what you have you're starting with. Now imagine you use some of the strategies in our business credit building system to build up your Dun & Bradstreet report, and also building up your Equifax report. So just imagine, this is how it's done, folks. This is the fastest and most efficient way to build a huge business credit file with Experian. Now, we do accept credit partners too if you want to get into the business credit card funding program. So I want to thank you so much for listening to this presentation. Make sure you give us a thumbs up if you like this information, you want more of it. Click the subscribe button, because that's how you get notified when we're always coming out with new videos on how you can get more funding for your business. Whether you're a startup, existing business, or a real estate investor, we're going to give you some tips and strategies, and even introduce new funding programs that we come across that we believe fits the model of building business credit and protecting your personal credit at the same time. So make it a great day. We'll talk to you real soon. Check us out, businesscreditblogger.com.